My perpetual problem as a jungler is that I am like way too passive. I play like a herbivore style jungle, which is really bad on some champions. Like I've spent the last week or so, or some time in the last week, really diving into the dynamics of jungle matchups and like how different junglers need to play out the game. And then that brought me to the conclusion that, oh, wait a minute, my like power farm style just doesn't work all the time. So here I am playing Rek'Sai. And Rek'Sai is one of my top 3 junglers, and she's the only champion who has ever broken me out of my power farm tendency. So here I am playing Rek'Sai, who is more of a carnivore style jungle, which means like I have to give up camps sometimes. I have to like look for kills. I have to look for early plays, and this was really bold of me to pick because that's just not something I practiced leading up to this clash. But I thought I thought we could make it work. I thought it would help, and I think I executed decently on it. But I really need to just I need to deep dive into this because like if I want to actually understand jungle dynamics, then I need to see what I did wrong. My plan here is to impact top lane as early as possible. That's why I start bot side, because I just want to get Nasus and kill. I want to punish, like, they have such a hard scaling comp, and so my job is to shut them down as soon as possible. Now, I don't really find that, and maybe I could have communicated this a bit better to my team, too. But what I'm supposed to be doing here is I'm supposed to find kills, for sure. I need to figure this out because I don't think Blue Wolves Red gives me level 3 anymore. So I go for the Raptors here to guarantee I get 3. And then I decide, because I'm early, I don't have crowd here, because I'm not going for a full clear, I decide to invade Jax's jungle. Because I have full prio, and I think I can kill him because I'm a carnivore jungle. I think I would classify Jax as an omnivore, most likely. And yeah, maybe I can kill him, but I value taking the blue away from him first. And this is the kind of play that's going to set him behind. I'll just smite that, go for crab. I think that's fine. Look for a play here, yeah. Because the reason I'm looking for that is because I know I get outscaled, and any chance I get to kill, sure. But we just go for the crab. Now, here, I look for Nasus. This is to... could I have communicated this a bit better? Sure, but my intention was just to force Nasus out of lane and kind of ruin his lane. So, as far as I'm concerned, at this point of the game, I've already started doing my job. I've already influenced top lane because we don't need to get a kill. I didn't even get sums, but like I contributed to denial of a lot of CS, and I've forced Jax out. Now Jax actually gets a kill on my bot lane because I didn't anticipate he would just recall and immediately go bot because there's no camps there. But I guess I actually could have seen that coming and just preemptively taken his camps. I do that now, at least. Get them both. But really, I need to just be killing these solo lanes. Base stuff here. Where am I pathing? So, by the looks of it, I'm pathing Raptors and then down to hit bot lane while the dragon is up. And if that's what I'm doing, then I think that's a great decision. But if that's not... Ooh, I'm going top here? That looks like a low percentage play. It's vision control. Yeah, and this just gives Jax, like, free reign to go vertical on me. So I'm just really lucky he's based. I think that was a terrible decision. I think I need to trust my top laner to just be fine in that situation. My call is then go into the enemy jungle to look for Raptors. But look how inefficient my pathing got right there. So I could have just gone Raptors, Wolves, Blue. I probably would have been 6. Yeah, I would have been 6 here. If I took Gromp or Wolves, I would have been 6. I would have been ready to make a play. And instead of clear vision here, I'm really stalling for 6. I still don't get it. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, do you see how bad that pathing was? And then I look bot again when I really just need to take my goddamn Wolves and get 6. Like, sure, okay. So this is now where the style that I've practiced is contradicting how this champion needs to play, because I now know I'm a carnivore jungle, so I need to be proactive on the map. But that mindset is now coming at the expense of actually efficient pathing, because because I'm not practiced on this style. I'm looking around and I'm saying like, oh, I gotta be here, I gotta be there, I gotta be everywhere at once. So that kind of like extreme take on the carnivore mindset is just directly inhibiting my ability to actually make successful plays. Because if I'd taken the wolves and then I go for this, and this is good, I think. So I just dash forward, and I really need to flash here because I just don't see that coming. But just imagine if I had 6 at the start of this play rather than leveling up partway through. Because I level up to a minion dying here. I evolve my R2 late. I really just need to use it because I'm greeting for this. No, I'm a support main. So that's why, like, that's why I'm making these awful decisions. This is the moment that things just go very wrong on the map. Because giving Kayle this moderate advantage is terrible for us. I just have 6. This is obviously, this is greed, because I think I can just kill her during this. I don't want to use my flash. I don't want to use my ult. I don't recognize him at the edge of tower range. Just a lot of things going wrong. Because yeah, and by that point, it's good to hold my flash, because it's too late. I've already screwed up. But, like, what does that buy Kayle? Extra dagger? Not really. So that little sequence there, I can honestly say that sequence is what ruined my individual contribution to the game, I think. So that was just peel. I mean, let's look at my pathing again, though, because where do I go? I assume I'm going Raptors pathing top, like, just to prepare for a dive on top, because I actually am very, very good at diving now as Rek'Sai at level 6, but the problem is that never crosses my mind. I never consider going for a tower dive, and I don't think that's what I'm doing with this pathing, because I distinctly remember that not going through my mind. We lose one of our bot laners. Now what am I doing? Our bot lane's dead, so I think, well, I can't really path down there. I'm just gonna... Am I hunting for Jax? Am I trying to gank top? I should try to fight Jax there, I think. Why am I so scared? I'm scared because I don't know the matchup. And so I don't actually know if he beats me right now. But I need to continue pushing my lead, and I think... as long as I R his E, I should be fine, right? That was me looking for the extended W. But what have I done for the last minute and a half or 2 minutes on the map? Like, it's been absolutely nothing. And granted, there's not much to do, but, like, I can be proactive on the invade there. I can try to kill him. And this is the part of the game where I just start playing vision control. Because with him hitting 6... we go for this. This is really good. I flash. I know we can finish her off. This is well communicated. And that's good. It's just a shame that Sonic got the kill. Like, not because she can't do anything with it, but because I would rather have it on Ashe or myself. Other than that, Rek'Sai does fine. I mean, like I should be able to play around Counter-Strike here. And this was good, like, me playing around the bush. But the problem is, like, I had to just resort to that at the end because I did not anticipate this. There's no knockup available. Good stun from Chroma. And then... see, if that was a conscious decision, then that would have been good. I did kite down there, but it wasn't with the awareness that the bush would block vision. And then I just waste so much time here because I try to clear my camps, and I can't. And if I just went immediately to the crab, then I could have been fine. But no, after the Kayle kill, there's the Kayle TP, which I try to warn about, but Kayle picks up a gigantic shutdown. That's probably the beginning of the end. My death under tower was chapter 1 of that. Kayle now has 2 kills, one of which is a shutdown. Riftmaker's almost online. I don't know what Jinx is doing here, so this is a free kill. I'm not really going to pat myself on the back for it, but what do I do? Like, I get out of base, I take my Raptors, run bot lane, and, like, obviously as Rek'Sai, camps should not be my #1 priority, but, like, I'm still a jungle player. I still need to path intelligently. So this was just me. I don't remember the basis of me looking for Dragon here. Or we were just trying to stop them from taking Dragon, I think. But we kind of just got lucky. Okay, blue, Gromp, wolves by the looks of it. A big problem of mine is I've always been very bad at thinking on the fly. And, like, when my plan gets disrupted, I have trouble adapting. And so I think that's, like, partially why jungle is my worst role now, because that's just very damning as a jungler. I see this happening, and I just think, okay, clean up on the lanes, I get lane farm, I'm at least going to be strong from that, I can get my Prowler's Claw. I wonder if, like, Oh, you know what? If I took those wolves at level 5, I would have had enough gold for Prowler's Claw by the time I had to recall after killing Kale. It's that tiny little butterfly effect. And instead, I'm short, so I build the steel caps, which means I don't have the money to snowball as much. It's such a tiny decision that had so many consequences. Wow. Because I was actually like 100 off when I based after killing Kale. Future knowledge, Rek'Sai can beat most melee in a 1v1 early. I need to be more aggressive in that. Like, because I know Rek'Sai is very good at killing people, but the problem is I'm not looking at her like I look at Xin Zhao. Because you look at Xin Zhao and you know, this guy literally does not scale at all, but he can kill you no matter who you are in the first, like, 5 minutes of the game. So I think I need to be looking at Rek'Sai as, like, a Xin Zhao that scales better. Because, again, like, she's the first jungler. She's the only jungler that can break me out of my power farming habits. Just I've played so much Rek'Sai. But despite that, like, I've played Rek'Sai in the time where I just was not good at analyzing matchups. And especially, like, before I understood the jungle matchup dynamics. So because I'm scared of those, I never test that sort of thing. Like, I don't go into the jungle. I don't int to see who I can kill. Like, I don't recognize that I can kill the Jax super easily if I just walk in there, even if I'm just level, like, even at 6. I don't recognize that I can walk in and kill him because I don't take those risks, so I don't learn that. Okay, so let's just watch what I'm doing too, because just look at my pathing now. My pathing is purely control play right now. I'm taking my camps, I'm moving down the map, I'm sweeping things. My vision score does go higher than my supports at several points this game. But look how, like, and this is fine, I'm taking a lot. And I look at the Jax, and I choose not to do anything. Well, the actual reason I had in-game was because I'm blind and I cannot see his items, so he doesn't appear on the scoreboard. And in retrospect, I made the right decision, but not for that reason, but because Kale can just move down on me immediately from that angle. And she actually starts moving. See? Like, so I just leave. It's not a moment to kill Jax. And you can see how that would be a problem as a player who has a power farm tendency to just not take advantage of this champion's strength. Like, it's honestly embarrassing that she's one of my top 3 junglers despite this. And I wonder if I just should have... I mean, kite out during Counter-Strike. I probably don't knock him up right there. And this is my next big blunder, and this blunder is what, like, ends my game. Like, I am done in this game now. Because I haven't updated in my brain that Kale is actually, like, a genuine threat in these games now. I Prowler's the Nasus. When if I just Prowler's Kale... We one-shot her 100%. She dies. We don't hard lose this fight. Even if Nasus cleans up a bit. And in like, maybe I shouldn't have even gone for this in the first place. But, like, the fact that I went for it and then went on to Nasus, I think that is the last possible moment. Or, like, I think that is the last moment in this game that we have any form of control. And so, my mistake there... My mistake, like, ends the game immediately. Because the game is already in a bad state. Like, we have Gwen, sure, but our bot lane's very far behind. Our volley bear can't kill Kale. I am not scaling, because I'm Rek'Sai. So our options are closing now, because it's 20 minutes in, level 11 Rek'Sai. And I probably was Nasus. I built Cleaver because I knew the armor pen is insane this patch, but I probably should have understood that my role this game is just to survive so we can kill Kale. Zillion used R. Yeah, he doesn't have R here. Kale doesn't have R here. Zillion doesn't have R. Zillion's not even here. And this is just such a bad blunder, because you can see while Nasus is knocked up, Kale immediately kills me. I didn't realize she'd do that much damage. Anyway, I don't think there's much point to watching the next 10 minutes of this from my perspective, because I can already tell, like, how I botched things. I think my very, very early game was fine, but I was just too timid around the Jax, and my pathing... I let that carnivore mindset, like, control me too much. I was afraid of not doing my job. So efficient pathing, like, fell by the wayside. And the crazy thing is, just how high impact skipping that one wolf camp was. That was catastrophic. That made me lose so hard in 2 situations. And granted, I could have salvaged the one. I could have salvaged both of them, technically. Because I could have flashed the Kale under the mid tower, and I could have taken Crab immediately after killing Kale the second time. But... like, I wouldn't have had to make those decisions with my relative inexperience. Because, like, I am so useless for the rest of this game. My champion cannot do anything here anymore. And this was a good ult, but it didn't include Kale, unfortunately, so we couldn't get any benefit out of it. And do you see how low impact I am? I'm just sitting here. Why am I not tunneling over to my wolves and smiting them? Why? Kale is dead. Imagine if I had already finished doing wolves here. Now I can come in. Like, think about this. Think about me in this situation, instead of just being a useless sack of, like, void monster in the back line here. Imagine how differently this fight would have gone if Rek'Sai was full health already. So I know these are small things, but like the small moments matter a lot. That's cool though. I love finding these things. And maybe I just go for Jax here. Yeah, that's... I need to stop saying it's not worth watching the rest of a game when a game is over, because you can still find little things in it. And I'm just playing control again. I'm just clearing stuff. But Kale has already won this game. And just look at Jax here. Like this I think illustrates what I could have done earlier in the game if I just had the courage for it. Because when I get on Jax alone, look how fast he dies. It's instant. Okay, still, this was very insightful. I can't believe how much of an impact one camp could have. Like, it's hyperbole to say one camp lost me this game, but my impact would have dramatically increased just by getting 6 off that wolf camp. And a KDA player, you know, a KDA player would look at this game and said, well, I did everything right. Like, I don't know, my team just fed, I guess. Okay, that was very insightful. I'm glad I watched that game.